Last time I raised the weather to enclose and weatherproof the house. Today I will finally deal with some rest and attempt to install windows. That's definitely gonna be a steep learning curve. If you're new to the channel, welcome, I'm building an affordable tiny house on wheels. My name is Marek and you're watching Self-Powered. Let me tell you guys, the last time I was here it was pretty crazy and a little bit tough. My dad was here to help me with house wrap. Thanks God we managed to do it, because the very next morning it started to rain, and it rained for 2 days like crazy. So good thing we're weatherproof now. There was tiny little wet spot after the 2 days of rain. I'll have to figure it out where it came from, but I'll do that later. The plan for today is finish these brackets. I still need to add some screws here and there, and I still have to install similar brackets like this one to each and every corner of a roof framing. You guys probably noticed this is not like standard 2x4 framing. Of course there should be a cripple stud and jacks and kings and this stuff, but I decided to do it kind of lightweight-ish. So I just decided not to install some of the studs and I'll add metal brackets instead. Unfortunately it came up like this, that both top plate and the sub fascia are butt joined at the same place. So I added this block over here to strengthen the top plate. Same for this side. And for the sub fascia I'll install a metal plate and screw it down. And here's just the quick overview of the house wrap. I pre-drilled and installed all the remaining lag screws. Then these corner metal plates. It's very hot up here, like you wouldn't believe it. And then these metal plates to reinforce these butt joints. And last but not least, these L brackets to reinforce the framing around rough openings. Do you remember these guys? I didn't plan this very precisely. So out of 10 of these guys, I ended up having 3 of them right on the stud. And I don't want to overcomplicate things with cutting out the studs or something else. So I'll just install these screws from underneath. Of course with these washers, and of course I'm gonna pre-drill them. The first one is right here at the door. Two more to go. Now let's prepare rough openings for windows. There's literally a building science behind water management and weatherproofing. Shout out to Matt Reisinger from the Build Show. Here I try to explain what I'm gonna do, but I think it's better to see once than to hear it 100 times. Cut the house wrap like that. Use the stapler to attach it to the sides and to the windowsill. Then I cut little pieces of this butyl tape and tape the corners, stretching it towards inside to protect the corners. I think this is the most critical detail, and you have to protect the bottom side the best way possible, as there's always gonna be some amount of water resting on the windowsill. If it gets soaked to the wood, you're done. I'll install a flashing tape over this in just a moment. Without this tape there would be a little holes in the corners, and that's a recipe for disaster in the long run. Of course, rolled it down with a roller, and then I used this flashing tape to cover the seal with the little part overhanging towards outside. I cut it longer than rough opening's width on purpose, so there's a continuous seal between the window sill and the vertical members of the rough opening. Then I did this second window and I followed exactly the same steps. Here's the result. And to make sure this is gonna work just fine, I tried to install the first two windows. These are so-called tilt and turn European style windows. In order to install them, I had to remove the window sash first. And that's actually very easy. Just knock out the pin from the top hinge, then move the lever to the open position and slide the sash from the bottom hinge. Simple as that. Let's try to install the first window. I've never installed a window before, so this is gonna be a steep learning curve. I cut these wedges real quick out of scrap wood. I've got some light G shims. I'll be using these full threaded so-called turbo screws. They are designed to go directly through the window frame to wall framing like this. So I need to pre-drill the frame first. The hole should be not less than 15 centimeters from the corner. So I think I'm gonna go for exactly 15. I marked 15 centimeters from every corner and eyeballed the center of the frame. I believe the drill bit was 6 millimeters. It's important to use a steel drill bit because most of these windows have a steel core reinforcement, and that's why they are perfectly straight, don't bend or twist. I checked all the directions. It's level, it's plumb, it's flush with the sheeting. I've got nice and even reveal all around. So I think I'm ready to install it completely. To install the sash back, just do every step in reverse order. Then I repeated all the steps and installed the second window. These two were actually by far the easiest ones. You'll see why later. Here's the result. All my windows are used but in great condition, and I saved a lot of money on them. Even though these will need a little adjustment, I think they're definitely worth the price. Next time we'll install remaining windows and door, so the house will be fully enclosed and lockable. And that's definitely easier said than done. And of course, I will make a huge mess again. Thank you for watching, don't forget to leave a like. My name is Marek and you've been watching Self-Powered. Now, go outside and do something. I'll see you next time.